What's going on, y'all? Psych Perspectives, giofvcks. And in this video, I'm just gonna go on and say it. You have to let people be in crisis mode by themselves. You gotta learn when to exit stage left and let people deal with their issues by themselves. Because misery loves company. And it's really unfortunate because mental illness is very real. It impacts most of us, or it impacts most of the people on the planet. You know, I have mental illnesses. Notice I said illnesses. I have multiple diagnoses of mental illnesses. So I understand, you know, everything from depression and ADHD, mood instability, irritability. You know, I have things that I've been diagnosed with, so I understand. And I also can't blame nobody for not wanting to deal with me when I'm going through my triggers and I'm having mood instabilities and, you know, I'm over talkative or over hyperactive. I can't personally blame anybody for not wanting to deal with me. And I'm also recognizing for myself through therapy and counseling, and then establishing and reestablishing and reinforcing my own boundaries. I don't want to deal with people who are dealing with, they're constantly having trauma and toxicity, and they're always in crisis. Because for my own mental stability, I can't deal with that anymore. I can't. I don't have time. You know, and a lot of people don't even recognize that that's all they do. They don't even see themselves in that light. And other people who are engaging with them end up being collateral damage. So let's get to it. If a person is always in crisis, in my lived experiences and opinion, you need to put up boundaries and you need to do what's necessary to reduce the amount of time and energy and resources that you invest with that person. Because you're going to notice this person is always having issues. I mean, every single day, they're having a problem. And for me, it just drags my mental health. I mean, I cannot. And like this past year, it's certain individuals where I'm just like, dude, person, folks, sis, you are always having issues, and it's like every single day. So for me, I had to reduce the time, and I did a major thing recently to reduce the amount of time, because it's like I can't deal with this every day. I just can't. You know, and that's another reason why I left. I had to love my family from a distance, love them from afar, because again, it's the constant chaos. I don't have time for this anymore. I don't want to be around people that's always yelling and screaming, fussing and fighting, always having dilemmas and issues and problems. I mean, geez, don't get me wrong, life is life. Life happens, shit happens. Everything isn't going to be a walk in the park. You know, you're not going to lay on a bed of roses, which honestly, roses stink and have thorns, so I wouldn't want to be laying on them anyways. But everything's not going to be perfect, right? You're going to have issues. There's going to be things that don't go right. This is true. I'm not saying that. But there is a problem when things are always going bad. Okay? And like I said, some of y'all wake up in crisis mode every day, and then you project that shit off on other people. And you think other people want to be dealing with that, and we don't. So, because like today, it's like, oh, I woke up late. Okay, you know what time you got. This is about another individual. You know what time you got to go to work. So why is this always, you know, you always in la-la land as if you don't know you got to be at work at 9 o'clock. And you're a grown person. You're a grown adult. So you know that you need to get up at 7:30 and do what you got to do. Instead of sitting up every single morning, I don't know what's going on. That shit is ridiculous. And it's insane. And I am tired of dealing with it. So I don't have to deal with that anymore. Another thing. You know, it's a lot of stuff that people do, and it's their own behaviors that lead them into these problems. And this is what I mean by, as we go through self-care, you got to be willing to hold yourself accountable. And you have to be willing to look at your own behaviors, your own thought process. You might need to change your thought process, and it's easier said than done. Umar Johnson style. It's easier said than done. One more time. You know he does it 3 times. It's easier said than done. I'm not saying that this is easy. Change takes effort, time. You have to really be ready for that. Okay? I've been on this shit for 3 years, and I'm still changing. I'm still learning. I'm still making mistakes. You feel me? I'm on this path. I didn't say it was easy. But damn, stop coming up with excuses. Some of us, that's what I'm learning. It's like, damn, you got an excuse for every damn thing. You ain't never really doing anything to better yourself, but to sit up and bitch and moan every day. And then it's the same shit. Like, some of us, it's the same cycle. So who really is to blame outside of yourself after a while? But like I said, reduce the amount of time, energy, and resources you deal with people who are like this, because that shit will drive you. It'll drive you out of control. It's like, I don't have time for this, and that's just it. And I'm gonna say this now because I know people don't. This is why I'm not interested in a committed monogamous relationship. Right now, I am in a relationship with self. I am focused on me, getting my life in order, taking care of me, being a priority in my own life. Because I spent the vast majority of my life putting other people ahead of me, making them priorities, always people pleasing, ass kissing, trying to have everybody like me, little to no boundaries. And it just led me going through all this. And now I'm just like, no, I'm not interested in that. I'm no longer putting myself second place and second fiddle. I'm not doing that. That shit is dead. And it's been dead. It's dead. If you bring in a bunch of emotional strife, and that's why I don't want to be in a relationship right now, because for me personally, when I've attempted to try to like somebody and get to like somebody, get to know somebody, spend time with them, really try the dating thing, I ended up losing myself because I had codependency issues, right? I'm a recovering codependent. So for me, it's so imperative to stay single and focus on self right now, because I don't want to be getting pulled over here, pulled over there, pulled in this direction, pulled back over here. I don't want to be dealing with that. And I recognize that for me, this time is for me. I don't got time to be trying to, I'm good on that. To each his own, right? If you don't have codependency issues and you're able to multitask and you're able to have a secure attachment and date and mingle and not get all sucked up into a person and lose sight of your own goals, great. You do you. But if you know that these are your weaknesses or your negatives, or you're working on this, then I highly suggest staying single and focusing on you until you're ready. There is no rush. Trust me, honey. There's no rush. Absolutely no rush. Because what I've learned in my course of almost 29 years, when you rush into shit, you end up in a shitty situation. And slow and steady wins the race. I'm out.